Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Right.
It's that special
messy.
time of the month. It's Retro-Cavalcade, a wonderful gathering of three nefarious ne'er-do-wells that are obsessed with pop culture and the retro nature of it all. I am, of course, Derek J. Hoover of Yesterday's podcast. I'm joined by this handsome devil above me, my Canadian co-husband, Andrew of Gady's Toys. Katie Corner to me is one Allison Troy, the Retro Toy Princess. And my God, this square next to me, that's not Shadow Stevens. No, that's Steven. Just BS.
Just Steven.
Everyone,
Just
how
Steven.
are we?
Excellent.
That's
Welcome,
a damn
Steven.
good
Welcome.
That was a really good intro.
Very radio voice.
I took a nap.
Yeah.
I'm rested. Thank you.
Envious. Really quick, let's say hello to the chat. Hello, CJ. Welcome. Just a quick reminder for channel members, tonight on the Cavalcade, we do not do the olive greeting.
Yes.
Except the first time.
Bring out the olive! Bring out the olive!
And enough champagne to fill the Nile.
Thanks, Gaga.
Yep, there it is.
Your best
It's out of the
acting.
way.
Anyway,
It's out of the way now.
Yeah.
That is my
Very
first time
good.
seeing that.
Yep. I've seen a lot. A whole bunch.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, well, thank you to all of my channel members. I appreciate you. You make it possible. You're the wind beneath my wings.
Viewers like you.
Hello, hello, Rhea Black. Welcome. Lovely to see you. And then we've got Mint with Card, and Mint was here in time to see the olives, so we're good.
Yep.
Lovely to see you all. So yeah, topic tonight is our first eBay hauls, but before we get to that, we're going to talk about everyone's favorite Canadian from Brooklyn, based on his accent,
Apparently.
Tawd McFarland. And part of why it's great to have Steven here for this is kind of a big focus of Steven's channel, Just BSing, is DC and superpowers, right?
Yeah, that actually happened very much by accident. We were, my friend Chris and I, if you guys watch Just BSing, you know, we started the channel kind of just as a catch-all, just doing pop culture, movie watches, things like that. Old Todd brought out the superpowers line, and it reignited our love for collecting. And so our channel has kind of evolved into mainly, like you said, DC and superpowers.
Yeah, I think when
That's
I
really
started
where I found
watching
you.
it,
Yeah.
when I first watched it, I think you did some stuff on Friday the 13th, which I'm a big horror
did.
nerd.
We
And
did,
so that was
we
my
did.
first. And then you started doing superpowers. I'm like, all right, horror and superheroes. I'm in. So, I'm a simple.
The YouTube
not,
algorithm
I'm not.
knows what it wants. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to mute myself while I refill my drink.
You drank.
We do that?
Being real professional for the guest here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, right.
Oh, we spare
It
no
won't last long.
expense.
Yeah. I think that's what, yeah, but that's where I found you kind of, because it's like the superpowers, I guess the McFarlane superpower space wasn't terribly, big kind of thing. So, I mean, you guys, of course, YouTube's like, watch these guys. They've got the, the drops, the times, the rumors, the stuff. So I'm like, okay. Like,
we noticed very quickly that that's how most people were watching us. So that's pretty much why the channel kind of evolved into that. And we love the line. We still love the line. It's not perfect, obviously, and we'll talk about that, I'm sure. But it, like I said, neither one of us had been collectors for years. Like neither one, and that really got us back into it. Now we're getting things from like Mofex, and it's good and bad because our wallets are very upset. But
yeah.
but we're having a lot of fun with it.
Also, too, it's kind of funny how like YouTube will sort of like steer you into an algorithm. So you're like, I'd like to break free and do something else, and they're like, no, sir.
No,
Like,
no, you won't.
this is it.
You
This
will
is your
not.
avenue now.
No, the first time we got over 1,000 views was on superpowers, and YouTube said, "Okay, that's what you're doing from now."
Yep,
So,
yep.
all right,
Buckle up.
fair enough.
You better hope it keeps going.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
was thinking maybe we could talk about no.
No,
Nope.
no.
You do this now. It's
Don't
good.
you watch another movie? Don't watch another movie. No one's gonna watch you do
Oh,
that.
I really thought about
Yep.
doing a deep dive on John Hughes stuff. But
Yeah.
you are.
No.
Nope. Nope. Well, it's like, I mean, like people are like, oh, what's your next series? I'm like, I can't do another series. I have to do another YouTube channel. Like, this is, I'm locked in now. Like,
As my analytics say, anytime because I'm all over the place with everything. Like YouTube is just like, bitch, make up your mind, because we have. It's like, I don't care, YouTube.
yep.
And so
Well, it's part of it too. You have to like enjoy what you talk about. So I mean, if YouTube's like, no, you have to do this, I'm like, I don't care to do that thing.
yeah,
I
right.
don't think you understand who I am.
Yeah.
I think
Like, you
thankfully
don't
we
even know
enjoy
me.
talking about this stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It helps, you know.
It does.
All right, so quickly, let's get to the Tawd of it all.
Yeah.
So one, and just overall, I pre-ordered. Well, here in the United States, through Entertainment Earth, you had to do the whole wave, or you couldn't do any of the wave.
Right.
So I did order the entire wave, and it sold out afterwards. Sorry, Derek.
Yeah.
But I will say, if I'm gonna buy a whole wave, this was one where I felt like I was getting a lot of good stuff here. The only one that I was iffy
Yep.
about was Hal, because literally he's given us Hal before. This is Hal with gray hair, and this is vintage superpowers Hal. But otherwise, for ladies finally, and an Earth 2 Robin, I'll take a Hal with gray hair. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of funny because like my first introduction to DC was like early 80s. So Hal had the the Great Temples for a while.
yeah,
So that's my Hal. So when he came back in Rebirth with like, you know, the Just for Men, I was like, no, and I've kind of adapted to it since, but I was like, I always wanted this. So but luckily in Canada, the only distributor you cherry picked, you couldn't even buy the whole wave. So and I was buying for me and some other friends. So I was literally like, get it in the cart, get it in the cart. I was just like, I'm like, I didn't care, just get it in. And it sold out, like especially
yeah.
Supergirl and then Power Girl, like within like an hour. So
Yeah, is it
it was
Cyborg,
really, like,
Superman, and
mad scramble.
Supergirl were the first two that sold out in
Yep.
Canada, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Which was like kind of not surprising, but yeah, so I actually did miss out the Howl, and I'm like, I might go back. My thing now is too that like we're on a ticking clock slash limited numbers. And so whenever I see like a female buck that's basic, like as much as I like the Power Girl, I'm all like, okay, like that's Black Canary boots, but like I need a
Mhm.
plain body because I'm like, I'm just gonna say I want to like almost hoard these. And whoever we don't get that I need, I might just like have them customized because I'm like, this is the
Yeah.
house style. This is the new female buck. Let's ride that thing into the ground.
And they will, and they will. So that's
Yep.
that was kind of the idea behind the buck. I'm pretty sure is that it was generic enough that they can get 8, 9 more females into the line in these last 4 waves. So
Oh, completely. And I'm also happy they didn't do the like Mattel Justice League Unlimited thing where they just have like a buck and they painted stuff on top of it. Like they actually did like they'll strap on a belt or boots or a
Right.
cloth skirt or something like that. So like it's like they don't just paint it and be like, hey, it's a skirt. Like they're sort of like they're adding on as opposed to just sort of slapping on.
yeah, the cloth skirt surprised me. I would pleasantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to work once it's out of the package, but on display it looks pretty cool.
Cape Master, come to the
Yeah,
rescue.
I was expecting hot pants Supergirl,
Mm.
Same.
or like some facsimile of such, because she does have the puffy sleeves. So
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, part of me kind of wants to give her like a red headband just to sort of give her that very style guide look. But I mean, that's an
Yeah.
easy fix. That's the
That's an
only
easy fix,
yeah, I mean,
the only thing.
And then really quick, hello, Leia Glacio, welcome. And really quick, I'm gonna put you at the top, Steven, since you're our guest. There you go.
Okay.
That way my face is
Right
covered whenever
up to the
chat
tip.
pops in.
Ooh.
All the way at the top.
So really quick, we've sort of touched on the Supergirl, but just a little bit more. It's a pretty generic body. So with those boots, we could easily get a Donna Troy, Starfire, pretty much any woman in this. We could get a Batgirl with that. We could use that for a Earth 2 Huntress. So overall, no notes.
Yeah. I also love how Wonder Woman is our sort of North Star. And the McFarlane Wonder Womans, I never bought them. I didn't quite like them. But like this, I do like that they're just like, they have big torsos as if they were sort of like had that Kenner mechanics inside.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like, I mean, I was kind of worried that they would sort of like, let's make them sexy or curvy. And I'm like, no, make them chunky. Like make them big and juicy like the old Wonder Woman, because she was full of like that, you know, Kenner, basically like, you know, like the interior of a watch in there. So it looks like they could have, you know, a punching feature or something. They don't, but I mean, they still have that general aesthetic. I keep doing this. It's not boobs, it's torso.
And around that time, though, like the Wonder Woman art was either Jose Delbo or Gene Colan, and both of those artists do a chunky, you know, like big chested, like, you know, even Don Heck, who took over after Gene Colan, did a pretty busty, you know, like she had a tiny waist, but he drew a pretty busty Wonder Woman. So
I think they did a good job of making her look more sexy crossed with athletic. Yeah. Is that?
Yeah.
I feel like I could have phrased that better. Like they didn't make it like ultra demure fembot looky, but they didn't make her like roided out looking or anything like that. Like it was a nice center or nice common ground between those two looks, where it's like, okay, she looks powerful, she looks strong, but she also, well, it's like she has the beauty of was it the beauty of Aphrodite that she was blessed with, and the
Wonder Woman was
all the attributes she got of all the different gods and goddesses.
Yep.
Yeah. And also it was a toy. I mean, it was like a 1980s toy, so they are sort of like built for a child's hand, and they're built for durability and built for to be like, you know, thrown around the room. So like and these are like weird things for collectors to say, but I mean, like I feel like this was a big concern of mine when that was like, there's a mythical female buck out there, and I was like, it's gonna be like just tits and ass, and I was like, no, this is a toy. This is precisely what the line's supposed to be, and like I think they. To their credits, they've been, you know, pivoting the past couple of years. Like the last few waves, you saw selections and characters finally that weren't just Batman, but actually were like, here's what the line could have been.
Yeah.
And so the pivot, and that pivot's really here too.
Well, if you want a Matrix Supergirl, here's your Matrix Supergirl. It's a good generic Supergirl. Like, if we're only going to get one Supergirl out of this line, this is a good Supergirl to give us. She works in a couple different. And we don't even, I mean, like, Tawd could surprise us, and under the skirt, like, could be some red shorts. So, you know.
Could be, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So,
and
or she could be like Angela and just naked Angela.
there's your tits and ass, Andrew. It's under the skirt.
Finally. At last.
It's all molded under there. Yeah, no, let's hope not. I know a lot of people were also concerned this would be the not necessarily concerned, but would have been disappointed if this was the movie version of Supergirl. So it's nice that they gave us the classic comic, you know, version of Supergirl.
And this is also your mind's-eye Supergirl. Like, I mean, as much as we love this costume or that costume or this artist or what have you, I mean, like when you close your eyes at night and think Supergirl, as I do every night, this is it. Like, this is precisely it.
No, it's a good looking figure. I really wish they would have done individual orders here in the US. I mean, unfortunately, I was out en route, so out in the country. Steven doesn't know this. I'm a FedEx guy, so it's hard to stop what I'm doing and do a pre-order before something sells out. So I'm sure I'll end up getting her. It's just going to be a waiting game and finding.
Well, and I had heard that they were going to do individual orders along with the case, and so something changed there. And I think someone actually, if I remember right, one of our subscribers had reached out to their customer service and asked about it, and they said that possibly in the future they would have some individual orders. I think it just kind of depends on how many sets were ordered, what they get in. I think had something to do also with the integrity of the packaging. So like if the packaging wasn't like, show ready perfect, they might sell those individually. So there might be an opportunity later down the line that they'll throw those back up there individually.
I think
That
too,
would be
because
great.
these are like just for Entertainment Earth and a few, one place in Canada kind of thing. There's also like the great unknown of like A, how well these were going to do, but also B, like what was the interest and what was the sellout thing. So I mean, like I remember when these came out, like it was in my calendar. I booked a room like at the office. I was all like, I'm not like, no one come to my desk. Like I literally, because I was like, I was a little stressed, and I was like talking to my friend. I'm like, which ones do you want? Because I need to know right now. And
Tell me
I
what
was
you
like,
want.
it was like, I mean, I was just like tabs open, add to card, next tab, close tab. Like it was frantic, and it was like maybe a little over dramatic in retrospect. Like I
Yeah.
had some leeway, but nevertheless, I didn't know. Like I think I do
Yeah.
have some a good 30 minutes to sort of mull it over. But now I'm like,
I think
at
there
the
was a
time,
lot of
it was crazy.
anxiety. Yeah, there was a lot of anxiety around this wave, and like at least at Entertainment Earth, I know Canada was selling out quicker because they had those individual orders. But Entertainment Earth, like there was an initial what looked like a sellout after maybe an hour or two, and then they popped back up, and they were up for another almost 24 hours. So it was relatively smooth. And so like you
Yeah.
think, okay, I hope that doesn't give us all false hope for the next 3 waves that we're like, oh, it'll be fine. And then the next 3 waves sell out in 30 seconds. we're all just sitting there.
Yeah, well, I'm still gonna be frantic because I'm just like, no, I'm I'm in now. I'm back in. So,
Oh, this is the life we chose.
I know, right? Like these are my stresses. That's fine.
And
Oh,
Power
Karen.
Girl, and Karen Starr. And as mentioned, those are some really lovely black canary boots.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that they'll be. I can't think of who they could reuse the head sculpt for, which is a cool idea. Which gives me a little bit more. I'm going to give Todd a little bit more leeway because he might get creative with that head sculpt, but at the same time, that's not going to be an easy head sculpt to reuse.
I imagine the hair is probably a separate piece they glue on. So I mean, like the head actually might be everyone's head in theory.
Yeah.
We'll know, in 2 months kind of thing. But yeah, even like even the hair, like it could be sort of like a Bronze Age poison ivy in theory. Like it's there's uses for it. But I mean, I think they'll probably, much like the men, they like everyone gets their own head.
Yeah.
They'll reuse a body 100 times,
You
but
get
everyone gets their own head.
And you get ahead.
You get ahead.
Everybody look under their seats.
There's a severed head.
Could you imagine if that was an episode of Oprah, just severed heads?
They're like,
what's in the box?
She went and saw 7, and it had like a huge effect on her.
Yeah.
These are my favorite things now.
That would be better than like a goop candle. So
Fair enough.
our book or one of Gwyneth Paltrow's cookbooks.
Oh god.
So yeah, yay Power Girl. And again, I'm really happy this is 1980, like 1983 to 1980. Let's see, Bart Sears redid her costume in like what, 1990? It was like 89, 90-ish when he gave her like the yellow and white turtleneck outfit.
Yeah,
I love that
After she
costume.
lost her
It's
powers.
hot take, but I love that costume. Like it's
Oh, no
so
shit.
80s.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll have my own hot take. The underwater camo Aquaman outfit.
Oh, hell yeah.
That would be a great figure though for these next few waves. Like
And that would be an easy one to do. Like it's paint
Yeah,
apps.
it's
That's all
bodysuit.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be better than the Aquaman we got. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm
no
looking
one's
right
clamoring
at
for
him.
that.
speak for yourself. I didn't buy it.
Honestly.
I
Vintage.
like
I just feel a little-
actually I didn't like the mold that much, but I liked the gold repaint, which wasn't gold at all. It was kind of the metallic orange.
Yeah.
That one I think looked better than any of the other paints. on that one. It just kind of made it stand out a little bit more. So that's the one I like or tolerate more so than the other ones.
I still love the vintage, but also like if they gave him the long hair, I'm like, why didn't you give him a beard? Like there's just little
Or a hook,
choices.
like yeah.
Yes. Yeah, do the whole Peter David Aquaman thing. I do feel really vindicated when this like they showed this too. Yeah, like Allison said, sort of like the kind of more the style guide version. But I mean, that was my problem when doing superpowers for my channel because I'm like, how do I come about this? And it took me years to sort of figure out a formula because I'm like, I can't just talk about I can't talk about like superpowers and I can't talk about every single female figure in DC. So I'm like, so I'll do them in batches. And she was part of my Superman batch with like Supergirl and Lois, who was absolutely not coming. But I was like, okay, I'm like, are they watching me? Like, because I would have tier lists too. I'm like, here's, like, and again, with this like ticking clock versus availability of the line, I'm like, there's sort of like S tier, which would be like Wonder Woman, Harley. Then there's like A tier, which is probably like Catwoman, Batgirl, Supergirl. And then you go like down from there. And Power Girl's pretty low, but like still, I mean, if you're gonna do a Superman-ish wave or an Earth 2-ish wave, I mean, this is a great place for her.
Yeah, Chris and I are happy about that. Supergirl and Power Girl were both like top tier for us. So we were when we saw those silhouettes, we are like pretty sure that's, well, I kind of already knew, but Chris was like pretty sure that's who that is, and I said, yeah. But he was also thinking Granny Goodness. I saw someone commented Granny Goodness. Yeah. Definitely kind of had that. Didn't have the right body shape for her, but had the hair down for sure.
Yeah.
Which
I mean,
maybe
I wouldn't mind. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I wouldn't mind seeing some more New God stuff. That is one of my favorite things about the vintage line is some of that Jack Kirby stuff. I mean, the Orion. I understand why they made it the way they did. It's a little bit of an odd figure, but just those Kirby designs and like the outfits. I wouldn't mind maybe seeing a Barda, maybe a Granny Goodness. Be kind of cool to see them. Not gonna.
I feel like with those characters, you would need like a bigger buck. So I think that's where it's probably not going to happen kind of thing. But it's like those are like those, especially because you have like I'm a romantic. I liked a couple of them off. So like I would love a Mira. I would love a big Barda to go with your Mr. Miracle. I would love a Lois kind of thing. So like it's that thing where given the availability and this is the buck, there's some characters that I think are just not off the board. Like
I think with this, I'm pretty much giving up on my Stevie Nicks, Zatanna, and Olivia Newton-John Black Canary, and that's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, yeah. I want like Lobster Hat with Zatanna, but I don't know if that's viable on this buck. Like it's if they would do it, it's probably just
it's fine.
Well, depending on how they make the cape, though, like the only thing between the Supergirl and this Power Girl that would be required to make that Zatanna would be the sleeves. Otherwise, she just had like thigh highs and like,
pretty standard superhero.
And the cape was collared. So if you made the cape the right way and you made some sleeves, it's doable. And sure you could reuse those sleeves for somebody.
And this is where I'm sort of like coming around to like trying to stockpile these a little bit in the sense that if I can get customizers or talk to Cape Master and be like, hey, here's my vision, and or talk to like I think like Steven showed me them the nerd
candy toys. Nerd candy toys.
Yeah, nerd candy. I mean, if they did like a head for whoever, like I was talking to them about an Artemis, repainting a Wonder Woman black and red and having an Artemis head. Like there's options for customizing. I mean, God knows I've got enough customs in my cabinet currently, not expecting this. So I'm like, I'll continue if I'm able to.
It does occur to me just now, if you were to give her black hair, you could get George Perez's first Troya costume for Donna Troy. So, because she did kind of have that little short, sassy cut. I'm not Wonder Girl anymore. I'm Troya. Don't look up what Troya means in Italian. Earth 2 Robin, which goes with our Earth 2 post-crisis Power Girl we just looked at, which to me says maybe we could get an Earth 2 Huntress.
Yeah.
Which would be the one I want, Helena Wayne.
Yeah, this one was actually a surprise to me. Like I said, I was kind of clued in onto what was what we might see with pretty good accuracy, and this guy was not there, so that one was a surprise for me too. Pleasant surprise. I really like it.
Mhm. It's a great look. I mean, that head might be reused. There's something fishy about that. Like he looks like not Animal Man, but something. I can't quite.
It's very Animal Man or Booster Gold, but the face is very much the Nightwing face. So I'm not 100% sure how they may have just painted a hood over over the Nightwing face, but
Maybe.
I think they're all unique head sculpts, honestly.
Probably. I mean, that's the one thing they they'll let's do a new. I know. I do love Bert and Ellie too. Bert and Ernie. I do. Yeah. I mean, like that is the one thing where it's like you'll use the same body even if like, and this one's it looks like the tall kind of John Stewart body, the Nightwing body, which is probably too tall, but like,
I think it's the Nightwing body.
Adult Robin. So it's a little big, but I mean, you always get a new head at the very least.
Or I guess it's actually
probably
it could be the Flash body because I don't think it has the open hands for the batons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least the Flash arms.
I mean, in theory, you could reuse it for Kid Flash, but he doesn't have the earwing things. So, but if he wants to get really deep in Teen Titans lore, he could use the Protector would reuse that head sculpt. So, which is the
another point on the cloth goods, like the cloth goods they use for Desaad and now Supergirl. Like it does give me hope for Raven or Bronze Age Catwoman too. Like I don't know how that's gonna work on a skirt kind of thing, but I was like, oh, I didn't think this was an option because all the customs I've seen over the years, it's like a big honking plastic or resin skirt, and I'm like, that's not great. But now I'm like, oh, okay, we can still move their legs. Interesting.
Yeah.
Bronze Age Catwoman would be really cool.
Oh yeah, with the slits right up to the thigh, like just right up there.
It would need to, for me though, it would need to be that Catwoman if he did Catwoman, because the Batman Returns Catwoman is superpower scale, and then there was the Dark Knight Catwoman in her like her purple suit from like the Jim Valenti area. I think that's how you say his last name, Mr. TNA.
Oh yeah.
But the purple suit that was like Legends of the Dark Knight or whatever also scales pretty perfectly with superpowers. So if he does Catwoman, I would need it to be sort of the gray suit that she wore post-crisis, and not in the animated version, or it would need to be Bronze, Golden Age, or hell, if he wants to give us a 1970s pirate Catwoman, I would be there for that. And he does have the boots for that. On Power Girl.
I used to hate the purple dress because I grew up in like sort of a more utilitarian kind of Catwoman where I'm like, well, it's got to be useful, it's got to be super heroic, it's got to be whatever, and the dress and a cape and it's also stupid and heels but now I've come full circle. I'm like, yes, like if I was fighting crime, it would be in heels and a purple dress, like completely.
Well, you got to keep your cookie aired out, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you imagine what all that leather from Batman Returns smelled like when you got that off after a night of fighting Penguin?
God.
Anyway. Summers. Anyway. Mom, do you ever get that? Shut up, Helena. Anyway, Old Man Hal. Which is very Death of Super. I think this is what he looks like in the death. I know this when they brought him into Justice League Europe. This is what he looked like when Power Girl had a crush on him, which was weird.
It's also kind of like apropos Reign of Superman, because this is where he went like just before he went crazy and parallaxy. So I mean, if this is a sort of half Reign of Superman wave, this is the spot for him.
Yeah. And it is what it feels like. We got 2 Earth 2 characters. And then the rest is like Reign of Superman, which gives me hope that maybe next. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but if Todd wants to give us a Batman in the next wave, if it's like Nightfall era Batman, I would be okay with that. Like if he gives us an Azrael, he gives us in superpowers form, like the big you know, like
Spiky.
the suit. Yeah, that suit Batman
The
wore
points
whenever
and the scallops.
if he gives
Yeah,
us
he scratched
those,
his
and like
nose, he'd get stabbed.
could give us the Catwoman that we've been wanting, as well as like say Poison Ivy or even a Helena Bertinelli Huntress.
Mhm.
Yeah, there are a lot of cool characters he could give us if he did say Nightfall, and then give us like 2 more. I'm hoping again. I'm sort of hopeful that the Power Girl and the Robin indicates we'll get a couple JSA Earth 2 characters throughout.
Yeah, like maybe some
Um,
Infinity Inc. characters and shit.
Yeah, that would like you know, and if he does a Batman themes, throw the Huntress in there, Obsidian, Jade, Fury. And here's the thing to remember is Todd McFarlane's first real job at DC Comics was Infinity Inc. So
Oh yeah, that's right.
so if he has any I would assume if he has any real affinity for DC characters, especially Earth 2, it would be Infinity Inc. related. So
Yeah.
anyway, this is the one I was least enthusiastic. If they hadn't have sold it as a set, I think this HAL would still be available at Entertainment Earth.
Yeah, I don't know though, because the other one had been previously before this came out, had been like one of those like
Really?
almost kind of like Reverse Flash, Black Manta. It was hard to get, and this is the only time they've reused that buck since that first Hal Jordan. So which is another Hal Jordan. So I don't know. I think this one would have been pretty popular too, because again, customizers, if they don't like the gray hair, they can fill that in.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yep. Although, I mean, I wouldn't mind them using this body for a 70s John Stewart. Because, like, I like the John we have, but, like, they could either do, like, John first came in this exact outfit, or we had one that was, like, much more wackadoo, but very much this could be used for it. So, like, I'm always a proponent for more John Stewart.
No, I love Toy Otter's comic covers, the John Stewart that he put on. That would be fantastic.
Yep.
Well, we could get, like, Tamar Ray, because, like, the original Tamar Ray just had a normal Green Lantern body with the bird alien head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for a long time, I used it was the character, I forget his name. I don't really know the Swamp Thing line that well, but there was like the one black character from Swamp Thing, and he actually had a very good John Stewart head. So I basically just sort of like popped him on this body. So that was my John for many years.
Oh yeah, those are in scale with superpowers as well.
Perfectly.
Which is why they were for years.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I think Chris was pulling for Kyle Rayner, but
yes,
he's pretty happy about the gray-haired Hal too.
I think Kyle Rayner, like my guess is that we will probably because we have how many, like what, 4 or 5 waves, counting this one. Like they're at least I think 3 more.
3
It'll
more.
be entertaining. Yeah. So my guess is there will probably be a Batman, a Green Lantern, and maybe, fingers crossed, like a Teen Titans or Wonder Woman. Because if he does like Teen Titans, he can cram some more Batman stuff in there. So that's my hope. Because if he did, because Death of Superman, there was Nightfall, then Wonder Woman, there was the Challenge of Artemis, that whole thing where he could get like a super sexy art. He could reuse, like a Wonder Woman buck. I think she had that weird bicycle outfit at that phase.
Oh yeah.
With and
like
she had
the jean jacket.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If depending on how they make that jacket, you could reuse that for Black Canary. So
that's true.
So yeah,
God, the 90s.
I do love like that Wonder Woman showed up in the Amalgam universe with Marvel, and they just kept the costume and paired her with Punisher, and I'm like, yep, that for sure. Whatever.
The bullets and bracelets.
I was like, I'm like, of all things to bring that back, like I was like, they didn't change a thing. They didn't amalgam her with anybody. They're like,
no.
Remember this?
I think in that one, Amazon, the Aurora Monroe Storm, Amazon still existed. She beat Diana in the trials, became their version of Wonder Woman, and then Diana just kind of effed off and did her own thing. And I will never forget the little stinger describing the comic in Wizard Comics. It was this wonderful woman and this punishing man in reference to Trevor Castle and his sleeveless Punisher
Oh God.
muscle shirt. Oh, heavens. I didn't pick that one up. That's one I didn't grab.
Yikes.
That's what's funny though about anytime Diana like loses that contest, no matter what, even in the golden age, she still defies the gods and like comes to the U.S. anyway to fight crime. Like
I'll do what I
it
want.
happened in the golden age when Mala won. It happened again like in the late 70s when Orana, the original redheaded Wonder Woman, won. Artemis. And there's that episode of Super Friends where the cheetah became Wonder Woman, and she's still like Diana. She out of control. She is just entitled and spoiled, and you
It's
just
very like 1%er princess thing. It's all like, well, I'm just gonna do it anyway. Like,
Yeah.
right. And enough
Just pay my way
champagne
on
to
the-
fill the Nile.
exactly.
Anyway, Eradicator. I called this one, but I was also excited because I had that terrible Toy Fair Total Justice Eradicator back in the 90s that
Shut
I
your
don't know
mouth.
what happened to it.
I love Total Justice.
And I was looking at that on
strange affinity for Total Justice, man.
Yep. So
when
bad.
I was doing the
So good.
research for Toy Geeks. I kept like looking at him on eBay, and I'm like, he's like $15 with shipping. I should just do it. I should just buy a
That's
new
not
one.
bad.
That's too much.
Not bad
That's
at
too
all.
much for him.
I think they had.
And then I was
think
like,
they had
no.
two. Didn't they do two Toy Fair? There was the Eradicator, and then they did
Eradicator
a repainted
and
Flash. It was Reverse
Yep.
Flash.
And I
Yeah.
ordered both of them.
And here we
Because
are.
I didn't order all of, I didn't buy back in the day all of Total Justice. I bought Hawkman, Huntress, the Green Arrow. I only wanted one.
Yeah.
I know this is hard to believe in this day and age with my ridiculous collection of everything, but like back then I only wanted one version of each character, and I still had all of my superpowers, so I didn't need another Oliver Queen, but I did not have Crunner Hawk. So anyway,
Who we thought was going to
You
last
say this
forever,
as
and we
a
were wrong.
stare at a display case where it's like, here's the Kingdom Come figures, here's the Modern Age, here's the Silver Age,
Yep.
here's the Golden Age.
it's for all of his pouches, Ned Flanders. It was the 90s. Everyone had to have lots of pouches.
Oh, the 90s
just-
was all about pouches.
Yeah.
Which look, I
pouches.
used to do cosplay, and like as I got older, I gravitated towards 90s pouches because like you're sitting there in like a body sock on concrete floors, and you're like, "Where's my phone? Where's my cigarettes? Where's my flask? I'm just sitting here basically naked with like a fine film over me, and I'm like, I'd love my wallet. I don't know where it is. Somewhere in a boot. I don't know. Like, somewhere wedged up my butt. Who cares? I'll never see it for the next 12 hours.
Andrew, I love that your cigarettes and your flask were mentioned before the wallet. That's
It's
fantastic.
called priorities, Steve.
Other people pay for
I
it.
know.
Oh, it's fine.
I know. I have the same ones.
Why do you think typically the wallet's in the back pocket, but the smokes are up here in the front if you're lucky enough to have a pocket?
By my heart. Yeah, completely.
Hello,
You're like, I
Thomas
look great,
Wilson's
but
Coffee.
yeah, I look great. However, I am not functional. So yeah, if I could go back, I would go as Cable, or like Flint from G.I. Joe, where I have pockets and pouches and like all of the things. I could bring enough cigarettes for everyone. You know?
Yes.
Dime bags for you all. There you go.
You're just throwing them
Oh,
around
the
like
90s.
Joker at the bicentennial parade.
Completely.
Oddly enough, even if you're dressed as Cable doing that, you're still playing Party Man, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Of course.
Hello, Nostalgia Nate. And hello, Quentin. Yeah, it's that kind of night, Quentin.
Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome. Wait, I can't do the Brenda Dixon anymore. Welcome to my house. I have to practice that. There's not alcohol in here, so I can't do a proper Brenda Dixon. Anyway, exactly, Thomas. Exactly.
Agreed. To smell like VCR cleaner all day long.
Cyborg Superman.
Love.
Ah, yes.
Love him. Whose arm is that? That's my weird, or the leg even. I guess the leg's Superman regular, but the arm looks
Yeah,
different.
it looks like it's it's got some sort of metal, like some sort of
I think it's a new
um
arm because it's not
Yeah,
cyborg.
really?
Looks
yeah.
It's not
No,
cyborg.
yeah,
I
because you
don't
have all
think.
those strappy things.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing too. Like, I mean, if they're, one would assume Superboy and Steel would be on the way. We'll see what happens. But like, if this is sort of maybe half of Steel, that
Yeah,
might be
you
good.
could reuse that arm would work for Steel. So
Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
Mhm.
I think this buck works okay for this one. I still probably would have preferred the newer Superman buck for
Yeah.
like the one they used for Eradicator. But
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I mean, every time they use the original Superman or Batman bucks, I'm like, no, we
Yeah.
got a good one.
Oh,
we got a
from
really
wave
good one.
Ugh.
Oof, yeah, no.
It's
Woof.
worked okay on some of them. Like I think like the Justice Lord Superman looked fine with it. I
Yeah.
think the Thomas
Yeah.
Wayne Batman looked good with that. But like most of them, I'm with you. Like yeah, like why
Yeah.
are we still using it?
Also,
Kind of
Quinn,
wish they'd have go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I kind of wish they'd have gone with that kind of two-toned crest, like the darker side of closer to his cyborg arm.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was half and half.
Yeah, it was kind of a
Uh,
either dark red or black almost in the comics usually.
yeah, because they all had like a very subtly different logo, especially in the marketing. I was gonna say, Quentin, I saw Masters of the Universe last night, and it was very good. I'm still buzzing about it. I can't wait to go back.
I'm going tomorrow night. So
I
Family outing
think-
on Saturday. Woo woo.
I was gonna say I think we're seeing it Sunday, so everyone's covered throughout the weekend. Everyone's
I
seeing
can't.
it.
I can't. I'm not spoiling anything, but I mean, whatever you think is going to happen it's happening.
It's gonna
Like,
happen. It's Motu.
But I will say, Skeletor, I'm kind of glad we know why he wasn't in the marketing because of the Leto of it all. But like,
the people
I'm
don't
glad
know
actually
if
they
that Jared
didn't.
Leto-
But he was shockingly good, like shockingly. So I'm kind of glad
Wait,
I
Jared
went in
Leto was good
surprised.
as a villain? No,
I-
shock.
I maybe better than Langella. Like he was that good. Like it's really, I know because it's recency bias, but I mean, like I was quite surprised by how perfect Skeletor was and Evelyn.
That's
Well,
the
I mean,
rumor.
Allison
He's
Brie,
really
of
good at
course.
it.
Yeah, Allison Bree's awesome.
All right, let's see. Oh, okay. So that's okay. So
Spoiler.
yeah, final thoughts on superpowers, and we will let Steven go first.
Final thoughts on superpowers this wave. Overall, very happy with this wave. I am iffy on the capes, and I'm hoping that with the capes, not that it matters, I got Cape Master anyway, but for the people who have not heard about Cape Master, who don't get Cape Master, I'm hoping that it's one of those situations like in Wave 9 where they had the Bizarro and all of the promo images showed the crest in the right direction and not backwards. And when you got the figure, everything was backwards. I'm hoping that these capes do have the crests on the back and symbols and things like that, because what they showed was just very bare bones. But beyond that, I'm very happy with Wave 13.
Yeah. And no Batmans, which
No Batmans yet.
was
Yet.
a surprise.
Let's say yet.
Like,
Let's say yet.
yep. No, super happy. I mean, yeah, there was like a bit of trepidation going in. Even though we saw the silhouettes, and I'm like, you could sort of get a mind's eye of what was happening. I'm like, I think I'm gonna be like this. And that's the thing, and this is just sort of another, as as much as I bash Todd, I will concede here and say like, okay, this is the course correction that we saw, near the end of the original run of the line. Continue on to this sort of like last gasp of it, where it's like, this is the pivot, and this is what we had been asking for since day one. It wasn't so much like Batman of Zur-En-Arrh, but rather like the actual realization of what superpowers could have been. So this is, I mean, just bangers, like all of them.
Yeah.
Derek.
It's a great looking wave. I hope like what Steven said, there is an opportunity to maybe pick these up individually or a second chance to grab them, because all in all, it is a good wave. I mean, everything in there would fit in pretty well with the vintage I have and the new ones I did pick up. I guess the only critique I would give is, you know, Todd, why are you waiting until summer school to finally pull up your grades? You know what I mean? You've had 12 previous waves, and it's like Andrew said here, like at the end, you're pivoting when you're almost at the buzzer, you're pivoting to stuff we actually wanted, that we asked for before this stuff even came out. Because think back to when it was first teased on GDL with Dole, and I think John was even still on the show when that was teased, and we were talking Supergirl and Huntress and Catwoman, and now this is years later, at least 3 to 4 years later, because I've been in this house for 3 years, and now we're getting them. Meanwhile, along the way, we got one Justice Lords figure, we got one Flashpoint figure, like these odd random things. So better late than never, I suppose. I look forward to seeing what the next 3 waves are going to have.
Kind of all of the above.
That's not fair. You get to go at the end and be like, yeah, what you guys said.
Yeah, what you guys said. Well, I mean, I'm getting a Supergirl, I'm getting a Power Girl. Like, obviously, I need Donna Troy, obviously, to fill, because again, and also because that's one of the characters that were proposed originally by Kenner. I'm really happy to see what we're getting here. At least 2 of these characters are, in my opinion, fulfill some 1980s oversights. And I feel like the ones that aren't that fit what like superpowers would have benefited. If that line had hit big and gone for years and been going in the 90s, we would have gotten the Cyborg Superman. We would have gotten Eradicator. We would have got that version of Hal Jordan as a refresh. So like, I feel like this entire wave is in line with what we would have gotten. Yeah, and kind of some surprises with it, which is cool. Like that's sort of the joy for me. You know, as a kid, like you would go to the toy store. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have, you know, toy magazines or anything. It's like what was on the shelf was on the shelf. And if it wasn't on the back of the card, you didn't know to expect it. And you would go and there would be new toys. And I feel like as you know, even in the 90s before it really took off, if I had gone to KB or Toys R Us or Walmart to go look at the DC figures and this wave had been on shelves, I would have been super happy. I would have been, especially with the version of Supergirl, you know, like we only got one Supergirl in the 90s and it was the animated Kara and Z, not really Supergirl version, not even Matrix. Yeah, so I felt like that was really cool. It for me, like I would have been super happy to get this exact wave. It makes me frustrated that Todd waits until he's lost the license. Essentially, it's winding down. It's the tail end, retailer only. I feel like some of these choices might have hit bigger at retail than some of his random Flashpoint or all the Jokers or you know, like the Joker who laughs. Oh
God, I forgot about that figure.
I mean, you know, and like what we heard often was like, you know, with the price point and etc. This is supposed to be to help appeal to kids, but it's like I don't know any 8-year-old that would have seen the Joker who laughs last and thought that's a cool figure. Like you need a classic Joker for the like the DC Mattel core line Joker that we're getting, and the one disguised the Batman one. Those 2 Jokers, absolutely, kids are gonna want those. But like the the Batman Joker who laughs last, no. Like,
I mean, that line is already incredible, and that's. I mean, this is actually like this kind of feeds into the He-Man of it all, where it's like I kind of counted Mattel out for a couple of years ago because I'm like, what do you do except for like Barbie and Hot Wheels, and like Motu Origins kind of thing, and then like sort of like this past year they made like big moves where they snacked back DC. They got Turtles coming. They've got, and then again they made like they showed Hasbro. They're like, this is how you make good movies. We started with Barbie, now we're doing He-Man. I don't know what's next, but they're like, you do a good script and then you make a movie off of that. So like we're seeing Mattel going like, they're back, baby. And so it's like, I don't think they're in any hurry to do superpowers, but I think given they listen to fans, they don't live stream, but they listen to fans. So that's pretty apparent. I think like at some point in the future, they might come back to this. They've got, you know, 2 lines to go first, but I mean, like if we've, you know, we've seen the crappy kids line, which if you stand that next to anything Spin Master did, you're like, this is amazing. This is basically like almost, except for the ankles, almost Marvel Legends equivalent. So like they're
well, they're 6.5 inches. So like scale wise,
they are.
Like, they fit with, you know, like even for like I have a bunch of those on pre-order with Big Bad Toy Store because I'm just like, I don't know what the I don't know that I want to spend collector's grade money on a Mattel DC line outside of, you know, like my favorite characters. But like 12, 13 bucks for like a really good Flash, yes. Like give me that. A good Joker, yes, I'm in.
Like I couldn't get many, but I got Flash and Joker coming, I think tomorrow, and I'm like, I was like, I'm not buying the kids line, but then I start seeing these out, and I'm like, damn, they're nice. I mean, the ankles is
I know, right?
Convention, but I'm like, they're really nice. Like,
that was my exact thing. I was like, man, I don't think it's going to be for me. And the more I see them, the more people start posting pictures of them and stuff. I'm like, man.
And they're cheap, so you're like, even if I throw them out in a year, who cares?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
It's a lot easier to take a risk on a toy line if it's inexpensive, which again is another reason Superpowers has been frustrating because it's like with the price point, it should be really easy to take a risk.
I think the price point was probably part of the problem. I think because it appeals more probably to us as older collectors than it did the kids. They didn't sell in the store, and or most of them didn't anyway. And so it went more kind of, you know, let's go online, and then little bit in the store, and mostly the last couple of waves they were all online. Like that last Cyborg wave was just McFarlane Toy Store exclusive, and I think they like the idea probably was not to lose the license, and these would have continued more so and in more regularity than they were. Because I think they were possibly selling a little bit better as collectors items online than they were in the store. But that, you know, that didn't happen. And like you kind of mentioned going Entertainment Earth exclusive, like from what I understand, if Entertainment Earth hadn't offered that, we might not be getting these at all. So like ostensibly that wave 11 was going to be the last one. And like they had all of these planned, but probably weren't going to happen. So,
but I mean, you see that in multiverse too. And like, I don't know if I've said this actively, but I hate multiverse. Like I was so excited for it. And then I remember picking up this first Superman figure. I'm like, it felt like classics Mattel, where I remember I keep picking them up and I'm like, this is poison in my hand. I hate it. I hate the joints. I hate everything about it. Yuck. Get away from me. And I keep buying them. And I'm like, every time I'm like, I hate this. I just hate this. There's some intangible thing that I can't even explain. But as soon as I pick it up, I'm like, bleh.
I think I've only bought.
But I mean, even multiverse, like it's not until the end where they were like, oh, what if we didn't do Death Metal Batman 5 times? What if we actually did like Zatanna? What if we did Animal Man? What if we did a good Lobo? What if we actually did the multiverse of the DC universe and actually did everyone except for Batman? And you see people like clamoring for it. You see like a real rise of popularity and people getting what they wanted. But again, this is all like last gasp, like, ooh, we lost the license, so here you go.
Yeah, man, it's like dating somebody and it's like, I'm checked out of this relationship, and that's when they decide, no, baby, I can change. Honestly, it reminds me of my first marriage. Which that honestly segues nicely. I'll make it make sense in a minute. That segues nicely into eBay purchase. I'm gonna make it make sense. I'm gonna make it make sense. Trust me.
Okay. So, explain this.
Okay, so my first eBay purchase, and this was forever ago, when you send off a money order and you hope for the best, was when the 2000X line was hitting shelves. I was a little tardy to the party, and I started snatching them up. And Orko was the first one I got. And I got a pretty sizable collection now, but in the early 2000s, I really started going ham because, in my 20s and had disposable income. And I had most of, not like the jungle He-Man or samurai He-Man, but I had a pretty healthy Motu collection. And when the person that ended up becoming my ex-wife first moved in with me and promptly lost her job and would not get another one, I started selling off stuff. And one of the first things to go was my 2000X collection.
Oh,
yeah. So it's, I thought it was an amazing line. We could spend 3 hours talking about that 2000X line. And it
easily.
was, what
I just started buying them
stood
again.
out to
They're
me
great.
was like, Orko looks cool. I need to have this figure. And then from there, I was just off to the races, snatching these up on eBay. I got very lucky in that there was one dude, I wish I lost track of him once I went back to college and stuff. His goal was to end up working at like Mattel. I hope that happened for him because he was a really cool guy. But we ended up exchanging AIM screen names. That tells you how old this is. And we bypassed eBay altogether because he was down in Florida and he'd find stuff. He'd hit me up on AIM, send them to me. So my experience on eBay and the risk of sending money orders, thankfully, was very short-lived then, because I just found a hookup. And then, they promptly came out with PayPal and such. But, started with Orko, and I just started snatching these SOBs up left and right.
God, thank God for PayPal. Like, that was a game changer.
Why did we do that? Like that was a lot of trust.
I think it's like I didn't even know what a money order was. I still couldn't even tell you. Like I'm just like we did that.
It's like a check you have to go get at a Kroger.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you lose it, it's not a check where you have to sign or like it's just money, but not like it's so weird.
Yeah.
What an age.
Yeah. All right, Steven, do you want to talk about your first eBay purchase?
Sure. Okay. So besides DC and Superpowers and Super Friends and all of those kinds of things, I'm also a big wrestling fan, or was back in the day. I still am, but not really. It's kind of more on the periphery. But when I graduated high school, or getting close to graduating high school, WrestleMania 17 was coming to my hometown in Houston, Texas. And my nephew and I got tickets and we were going to go. Well, I wanted to get something to take to the show because I didn't want to buy anything there. It was going to be crazy expensive. I was about to graduate high school, barely had any money as it is. So I bought a knockoff wrestling belt that was actually very good. It was the Winged Eagle Championship. So I'm going to bring this out as a visual.
Wow.
This is not the one I bought, and people will notice that
Right.
because it's got the updated logo on it. What I got was most likely a very bad knockoff, but I thought it was great. Took that to the wrestling show and got that on eBay for, I want to say it was something like $200. Like it was all of the money I'd earned at my job right before I graduated. And then buying the tickets to WrestleMania, of course. So took that, and I actually had that for a while. It was a pretty good knockoff. Sold it on eBay, actually. Sold it on eBay when I was moving to my new city after I graduated college. And then, of course, had to buy something back. And this is the official one from WWE. I bought it about 10 years ago or so now, but wanted to bring this as the visual because I don't have the cheap knockoff that I got off eBay anymore. That was not cheap, and I just didn't know any better. I was just an idiot coming out of high school and wanted to take that to the wrestling show. So that is my favorite title, World Championship from WWE, WWF. My favorite wrestler of all time wore that, Macho Man Randy Savage. So I do have this one. At the same time I bought this, I also bought the original Intercontinental title that he also wore. So I don't have that to show, but it's the one with the white strap, the WWF Intercontinental title. So
I gotta
some
say,
more
like,
some more
belt you
nerddom
got-
there for you. What's that?
Whatever belt you got was probably nicer than like whatever kind of Temu knockoff you get today kind of thing. So I mean,
Oh, it was great. Like I honestly wouldn't have known it was a knockoff until I got this one, and I was like, there were some signs that high school Steven didn't recognize. Yeah, so that whoever knocked it off did a decent enough job that I didn't notice it.
at least.
And I will do mine really quick. So here she is. Blueberry Muffin, Wave 1, Strawberry Shortcake, 1980. It was right after Christmas, 1999. I was at my horrible job at a call center in Austin, Texas. And I had to work. And but I got double time, right? And so I'm on eBay. I've never bought anything on eBay. And then I really wanted some Strawberry Shortcake stuff because I didn't have any of my childhood stuff anymore. And so I found her and she was like $20. Obviously, not complete. And whatever little bitch had her in the 80s clipped the berry point. But she herself is complete. And what makes her cool is, she is the Wave 1 with the flat hands. So about halfway through production of Strawberry Shortcake in 1980, before the 1981 line hit, they changed it so that they actually had a gripping hand so that Strawberry Shortcake and friends could hold the little accessories in the berry bake shop. And so,
or like pack heat or whatever,
Yeah, whatever you need.
Kung Fu grit.
Yep.
So she didn't have like the
Important stuff.
backing in there, but she was complete, had pretty good, nice and clean. Obviously, like not played with. And I bought another one that was out of package that I could, display and stuff. So anyway, there she is, Blueberry Muffin. She smelled like blueberries when I first got her, but at this point, the smell has faded. So.
I picked up the oh yeah I'm in Canada and that was a whole debacle. Plus like the exchange rates, like I was like, here, take more than you need, I don't care. I actually bought the boss fight Strawberry Shortcakes, and like when I redecorated my place when I first moved in here, I was like, no toys in the bedroom. That's where the sexy times happens. And then like this room kind of got out of control, so there's now 2 cabinets in there. But the Strawberry Shortcakes went in there just by my bed, literally like almost like at eye level, nose level. So I go to bed and I'm smelling like Blueberry Muffin and Strawberry Shortcake and Orange Blossom and all that.
How's it affected your nighttime snacking?
Yeah.
Not good. And it's also not been great for the sex life because they're like, what's that?
No. I disagree. That separates the wheat from the chaff, my friend. Because I had superpowers and I had everything out in my room. And it's like, if you walked in, it's like, you're either down to clown or there's the door. This is what you're getting into.
Hey,
You're gonna have a real good time, but several different versions of Wolverine are gonna be looking at you.
My first time was on top of Superman bed sheets, my friend. I understand exactly what you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. Damn,
actually, mine was on the I still have these sheets, the 1978 Star Wars sheets. I still have like the single bed top sheet. I take it to the beach all the time. It's still in like primo condition, but it's like, yeah, that thing has seen a lot of fluids.
So funny we were there because I did, at the place I was living at the time, I had a table, and I went so far that I bought the Very Happy Home. And it was on the table and I had it all displayed, and I may or may not have, my first time was probably my first all the way time, because there are levels, right? My first all the way time was under the table with the Very Happy Home above us. So
nice. It was a very happy home. It was a very happy home.
I wasn't the only prize.
argue.
There was quite a bit of baking happening that night at the Berry Bake Shop. So
Whenever I see the Very Berry Home on Instagram, like I have to share it because I'm like, that thing was enormous. Like it was the USS flag. It was the Eternia. That thing was a beast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, y'all don't know how big this thing is.
It was ginormous. I had to have like this really long, like work table. Like it was like, it was so long, 2 adults fit under the table. When we rolled off the bed, we just go. Anyway, that's probably enough.
Filthy.
If he's watching, I hope your Ghostbusters are okay. Anyway,
when I crush them. I guess it's my turn. I was gonna get it, and I don't even know where it is, but it's like, so yeah, my first was probably 2001. Because I was a very sheltered child. I was like, I can't do things on the internet. But I think I just moved to Vancouver. I was living with a roommate who had like the Primo, like the old school like sound system where he had like speakers all throughout the house and wires everywhere, and we'd watch like just the pod race like every night, just get stoned to watch the pod race. We're like, yeah. And you could feel like the pod race against your chest. You're like, I can't breathe properly. So we were talking and he said like, oh, the Transformers movie, the original cut is on DVD. And I'm like, you mean the oh shit cut? And he's like, oh yes. And I was like, where? And it was not anywhere in Canada. So I had to go through eBay, find it, and again, like cheap, easy to find kind of thing. But it was like, again, the money orders, but yeah, just that stupid thing. Like I was just like, and it's like one of those things, and it was sort of like a red flag of things to come, where I was like, I need this. I will spend any amount of money to get it, and I need it right now. And that behavior has turned into this. Where like I was like, this is going to happen. I don't care what it takes to make it happen and for it to get here as fast as humanly possible. So that was the beginning of the end. But I got the oh shit cut from Transformers, and and I have it somewhere, but I don't have a DVD player, so I don't know where this is.
eBay, man. It was the wild west once upon a time.
Oh God, it was. I remember actually my actual first purchase may have been a book for college because I didn't want to pay like whatever the $300 charge it was.
Yeah.
And you could just find college books on eBay for.
Yeah.
I remember got out of control too with Masters of the Universe Classics because it was out for like not even a year, but I was like, this is very cool, but I'm not really doing that. And then I had a nerd blog back when blogs were a thing. And I was like, all right, I'm going to talk to, I'm going to pick up the Adora because they never made her. So I'll just pick up that and, do a little blog post and do a write up and whatever. And that, again, beginning of the end. And I was like, okay, so I need the new stuff as it come out, but I also need to like catch up to the new stuff. So it just like spiraled out of control.
Yeah. Could you imagine do you guys remember Live Journal? Remember that?
Oh yeah.
That was the right response. Could you imagine if that was still a thing? All that. Just goddamn, dude. Like, okay, so it's easy to critique yourself through the lens of 44. And I often say, like, people are like, if you could fight anybody in history, who would you fight? I'm like, me.
Myself.
Fight me anytime
100%.
between 2002 and 2013. I want to fight that kid. But like Live Journal and like putting up Van Gogh's Starry Night as your background and an Augustana song with your fucking post. Could
but also
you
like
imagine
describing the drama of your weekend in graphic detail, because we like right now no one reads, but you'd be like, and then that bitch said this, and then I said this, and then we got into a fight out by the Hamburger Marys, and it goes on and on and on. And then you would just be there like at work on Monday morning being like, what the hell? It's like, but on top of that,
it's
too,
always,
like every time
it was always with like random capital letters and lowercase letters, right?
Oh, yeah,
like nothing.
Yeah.
It wasn't real sentence structure or anything. It was to make it.
There's
dramatic.
no real good autocorrect, so it was like you could tell it was typed in a rage, like it wasn't like carefully thought out and planned. It was just like
there was a
thought.
huge difference between the 5 o'clock on a Friday before you go out versus the 3 a.m. on Saturday when you come home.
Well, what about difference. What about your top friends on MySpace and how the drama around changing those around?
That was
But what did I do? Statement. Why am I number 9 now? What happened?
Oh yeah. You want shots fired and make a statement to somebody if they screwed up, like, okay. Down you go.
Yep. And that's the thing, like I'm not go ahead.
I was just gonna say my favorite with that was like, well, I only have 8, and then the next day you would expand it to 10, and they still didn't make the 10.
Ooh. That's extra shady. Sorry. Steve from down the hall. I mean, he's just better friends with me.
He gave me
it is that thing though where like I do forget, like, it's the thing, yeah, like the sort of like 40s, 50s kind of like mind frame where it's like you're like, God, I would never say something stupid like that. So like now, kids these days post the stupidest things you've ever heard in your life, kind of thing. But then you're like,
Yeah.
was I better?
No.
And would I have been worse had I actually like really published everything that was going through my head on Twitter, like all throughout the day? Maybe not.
No,
So
thankfully
not forgiving, but
we couldn't post all that as videos because we would have, and it would have been bad.
I'd be in jail. I'd be in jail. Like, just no question.
What you mean back then? Nobody knew what social media was. Nobody knew what it was. Your
No.
aunt wasn't on it. Hell, like Facebook was a college thing. Like you had to have a college email to have
Yeah.
it. And like when I went back,
And
to
even that
school-
was like,
oh,
that
even
was kind of a
that
late
got
thing too. Because I mean,
dramatic.
I had Friendster, I had MySpace was the big one. I had FacePic.
Yeah.
I had like there's a bunch more before Facebook come along. And I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
expect Facebook to actually like endure as much as it did. But I mean, at the time, I'm like, this is another flash in the pan. I'll use this for 2 years, then walk away.
I didn't get Facebook when it first came out. I actually couldn't get it until my first job after I graduated college was at a university.
Well,
So I didn't have a
first you had-
university email anymore, and so I used my university email that my employment to get a Facebook because I was like I was all in on MySpace. I was like, oh, I'm never going to need anything besides MySpace.
Well,
This
even
is
when
the
they
And-
MySpace will last forever.
Yeah,
even
MySpace
when
will last
they
forever.
opened it though, you got like for a while with Facebook, you would get so many invite codes a week, and you had to be on there for a
Yep.
while. Like I remember that. Like I remember it being, people constantly, do you have invite codes? And I'd be like, no. It's like I don't want you to be my friend on Facebook.
In fact, I'm fairly certain. I'm about 99.9% certain. I didn't actually change that email attached to the Facebook until I got Instagram for just BSing. So it's actually connected to my current email address. So I have no idea what email address that university's or what emails the university's been getting from Facebook for the last 20 years.
Oops.
Good Lord. Like that asshole from high school you hate. They're like, want to be friends? I'm like, no. That was the other thing too. I kind
Yeah.
of realized quickly, like between like moving across the country, coming out, and also just sort of like ignoring like, the past kind of thing, like, running away from the past as it were. Suddenly on Facebook at the time, like all these high school people started like, coming up, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. Like they were trying to like organize like a reunion via Facebook, and I was like, nah, I'm good. Like I don't need this. Like,
I don't want this. I'm lucky. Most of the people I'm with the high school with are nice people, turned out to be nice. I don't mind seeing them, but there's a couple. Oh boy. Like there's a couple that
Yep.
we had a reunion last summer, like 25 years, very casual, and Facebook me, blah blah blah, and then like a week or two later, here's some very strong opinions about Israel, and I'm like, okay, bye. I'm gonna go ahead and fuck right off.
My favorite
with a
with
lot
this
of
right now is all of the bitches who were bitches to me in high school who now want me to join their MLM.
Oh, of course. My problem is too is like whenever I do go to like my folks' place for like Christmas or summer, break kind of thing, it's like we'll be at like, the superstore or the Walmart or whatever kind of thing, and mom will be like, Jared Crawford is here. And I was like, oh my God. And I would literally like get the push-up bra and I'm like, Jared goddamn Crawford is in this. Like I'm going in hot. I'm just like stalking this man. I don't care if he's married with kids. And then I turn the corner and I see this fucking toe staring back at me, and I'm like, "Oh God, Jared, what happened to you? Like, you were so beautiful. What happened?"
That's the best. When all the
Oh,
girls
God.
who called me fat in high school and like made fun of me that don't have all their teeth anymore, and they look 70 and they had meth addictions and their men have cheated on them with younger women. I'm like, I love that for you.
Yeah.
Congrats.
The circle of life.
And if they're hate watching me right now, bitch, I still look better and I got a man who doesn't cheat. So,
Mhm.
Bring it, Brenda. Anyway.
Yep. So this beard off.
Yeah.
This
did.
really
Well,
got
you
off
know,
the rails.
the internet dark-
didn't it?
The early days of the internet, like that's how it was.
It's true.
Well, what's funny about that is I was just thinking about this the other day, like early days of the internet. If you made like a threat on AIM or Facebook or MySpace, usually it was people in your area you were friends with. So it's like, all right, I'll see you in about 20 minutes. And then it got real. Yeah. A lot of people today don't seem to understand that. They're real brave behind a screen.
It's a lot of talk.
Back in the day, it's like, okay, you know what? Let me go craft the perfect away message on my AIM, and I'm gonna come mess you up in your front yard.
Well, it's like I remember, like I frankly, like I home-wrecked my husband, basically, like because he was with like basically an escort, so I kind of
Aw.
home-wrecked that. But I mean, we're all in the same town, so like the actual possibility of getting beaten up or worse was very real for quite a few months there.
Oh heavens!
My favorite
What
is there
about
is
you, Steven? You getting many Facebook escort fights?
Not too many. No. It's been a few years. It's been a few years. Yeah.
Not this week.
Yeah. Not this week. No.
I mean,
Try to stay away from those as much as possible.
Well,
Sometimes
I can't
you
imagine
find-
why.
20-year-old me should have known that.
Who hasn't gotten into a fist fight in the alley behind the check cashing place with a hooker while listening to Cash the TikTok?
I had my DOT exam today, like physical and stuff, just to re-up. So you go to this chiropractor office stuff, just check your vision, your hearing, all this stuff. And your pre-exam intake, any injuries, any surgeries, in your life. And
Oof.
I had marked on there that I had a concussion like 14 years ago. It was a couple years before I met Shauna. And the older gentleman doing my exam, he's like, gives me a little slap on the shoulder. He goes, "Oh, an old sports injury." I go, "I headbutted a guy."
Yeah.
He goes, 20-something, young, dumb, and okay.
Yeah.
Like, no, I didn't. I wasn't playing throwy ball. I was playing smashy face.
I got this very like sort of like boomer gay asshole doctor, and that's why I go to him, because he's a terrible person. But like I remember the first time I went into him, he was like, he just looked me up and down, and he's like, "It's your nose." And I'm like, "What about it?" And he's like, "How much did you spend to fix that?" I'm like, "Not a lot." And he's like, "You should spend more." And I was like, "Okay." So, like, in the first 5 minutes, I was like, "Thanks." This is gonna be a long, horrible relationship, but I'm down for it.
The catty bitch. I love it.
Oh, completely. Like,
Very beauty school dropout, but with a doctor instead.
completely.
That's
Oh
awesome.
my goodness.
He probably got into fights off of AIM when he was growing
Oh
up.
yeah, like he's seen better days himself. Let's just say.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Who hasn't been there? Anyway, so I guess we have covered all the bases. Superpowers,
we did it.
eBay purchases, fist fights with hookers, and alleyways where you get punched in your fake boob.
Live journal.
Live journal. No. So anyway,
never stay on
so
topic.
we should wrap it up because it's getting late. And we're almost to the hour and a half mark. So let's pretend we're legitimate YouTubers tonight. And we will start with our guest. Steven, where can the people find you?
You can find us on Just BSing as my friend Chris and I, and hopefully next time, if we're invited back, if we haven't made a complete fool of ourselves by talking about live journal and fighting with hookers and that kind of thing, if we can come back, hopefully Chris can join next time, and you will get the better half of BSing, so you don't just end up with the S.
Oh, don't worry. You're gonna fit in just fine. Just
Oh, yeah.
fine.
Oh yeah, no, you.
This is,
Yeah,
believe it or not, this was a tame night.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm reminded.
I was being humble there. I figured it was okay.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
you're perfectly fine.
We're like hour 2 into the drinking, so we're doing pretty good.
What was it? Two Thanksgivings ago when we had Chris Plastic on, and it just. Allison was more or less Shirley MacLaine trying to rein in the rap tap.
it devolved so quick, and I was just like, wow, I haven't felt like this since the 90s when I would go to parties and I would be the designated driver.
God, I was
Yep.
full-blown Joey Bishop.
And Joey Bishop, where can the people find you?
Where you can find me performing at the Palms. I'm there every weekend. Yesterday's podcast, of course, you can find it on your podcast app of choice. New episodes every Monday. We are YouTube official now. This past Monday with the Masters of the Universe 1987 episode. So no longer dropping back episodes every day. We are on a weekly schedule, just like other podcast apps, every Monday here on the YouTubes as well. Typically on Thursday, try to drop a short that's going to tease what's going to be next week's episode. And you can engage pretty much with me. The boys aren't really doing much social media wise, but on X, Blue Sky, Instagram, and the Facey Books.
Excellent.
I do have a Patreon. Allison is one of my producers. She gets to pick episodes, and
Nice.
you want some extra stuff, we're pretty cheap. We're pretty cheap for the most part.
Don't forget to drop your live journal in there too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
Check out my live journal. You can always count
Very
on
angry.
some really great B-sides from some great emo bands.
I got kicked off of Live Journal after I got into it with the fanfic bitches.
You are the only person I know that could get kicked off a live journal.
I've gotten kicked
that's
out
For
of
the
a lot
werewolf
of
porn.
this. You'd be
That's a compliment.
surprised. Andrew,
night's
where
young.
can the people find Andrew?
Shit, where can you find me? You can find me on Just BSing's late after show, Just DPing. Otherwise, I can be found right here on YouTube or Instagram under Gady's Toys, where I talk about girl figures. The next episode's coming out, I think, in about 2 weeks. I'm going back to the Ninja Turtles. Well, we're going to Archie Comics, so there's a few gals I gotta talk
Nice.
about. So tune in.
Very cool.
Oh, okay. Yes. No. Oops. Sorry. I sent the wrong link. It's just a link to us. Sorry, Andrew.
Yeah.
All right, let me fix that.
Y'all know who
All
I am.
right, so they're linked in the chat. If you're watching through my channel, go find Just Be Essing. Yesterday's in Andrew. And then really quick, let's see. Tomorrow is Friday. So I should look and see what, because I film everything so far in advance. I'm scheduled 2 months out, other than live streams. All right, so tomorrow, Color and Chill will be Prince Adam, vintage cardback art by Errol McCarthy. And if you remember the Prince Adam card, it's pretty boring. So I spruced it up a little bit. On Saturday, Saturday, June 6th, everything I opened in May will drop. That dropped early yesterday for channel members. So my olives have already been watching that, but go look at all of the Masters of the Universe and Star Wars stuff I opened as I get my collection room set up and open 30 years, since the 90s, 30 years worth of toys. And then on Sunday, I will be here at 11 a.m. with Colt, Dad at Arms, and we're going to color some Masters of the Universe and talk about the Masters of the Universe movie. We're going to try to be spoiler free. We'll do our best. It's going to be hard because I will have watched it by then. But we'll do our best. So, and there will be shorts. There are always shorts. I can't be stopped. Can't stop, won't stop. And really quick, hello,
Runaway train.
it's all right, Sam. Excellent. Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. And before we go, I'm going to leave you with the question that we've all been asking since 1984. Thanks again, Stephen, for joining us. We'll have you back, even if
Thank
it's
you for
just you
having
by
me.
yourself. Yeah,
Appreciate
that'll
it.
be good. All right, take it away, Phoebe.
I haven't made up my mind yet. Incidentally, which one of you bitches is my mother?